Hey guys, it's me, Lydia Marie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an inspired Valentine's or Galentine's Day look using all products, or mostly all products, from Black-owned women companies. All of the products I already have in my stash. So if you would like to see how I got this nice colorful pink but also very wearable look, I hope that you will keep watching. Hi to my new subscribers, welcome to the beauty fam, and hi to my A1s from day ones. I appreciate y'all always coming back. Thank you so much for those of you, and I have a couple of appointments already for my beauty consultation services. I'm very excited to have this offering to each and every one of you who would like a one-on-one virtual lesson with me about how to do your makeup. If you need help with specific thing, your brows, contouring, foundation, whatever it is, you can book that consultation with me one-on-one. I will leave that link as the very first one in the description box. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into this pink Valentine's Galentine's Day tutorial using products from some Black-owned businesses. Alright, I'm going to start with my eyes first for this particular look because I'm going to be using some colors from the Pat McGrath Celestial Mothership palette. I was hesitant to use this because it was a limited edition holiday palette, but this is what it looks like, and it has lots of colors and beautiful shades in there. So we're going to do something with this, but for my base on my eyelids, I've already set them and primed them with the MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly. But I'm going to do a little transition shade with the Danessa Myricks Groundwork palette. I haven't used this in a really long time, and it was just sitting back, and I was like, you know what? This would be a great option to use for my Black-owned beauty video. So I'm going to dip into the shade Mirage, this one right here, and I'm just going to put the pomade down as a little bit of a transition shade. I don't want this to be super brown, but you know, I like something just to kind of bring the colors together, because if I'm doing color on my lid, if you're doing color on your lid, you need something brown or neutral to bring those colors together. And you see how that shade is very much so my eyelid color. So I'm just blending that color Mirage into my crease. So in the Pat McGrath palette, I'm going to start with this matte pink shade right here. It's kind of like a bubblegum pink. And I'm just going to lay that down on my lid in the corner. And her shadows, if you've never used the Pat McGrath eyeshadow, they are like the top of the top as far as quality goes of eyeshadow. So a little bit of this, just picking it up on a brush, and I'm just tapping it, and then I'm just gonna kind of start blending it in. No, I don't know where this look is going, but I want to kind of keep it simple because it's gonna be colorful, and I decided to go pink because, you know, Valentine's Day theme. So let's just blend this color in, and I'm just gonna keep building up the intensity of this pink right here on my outer lid, and go to my left eye and do the same. I should have put some tape on my eyelid so I can really do the wing out with this look, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it and just see where the look takes me, I guess. I don't really know. I should be better at planning my videos. When I feel like when I go back and watch them back, I'm like, girl, you should have planned this a little bit better, but I just never know. I just try to let the creative juices flow when I'm sitting down to do a particular makeup look. So I'm just gonna blend this and keep this right here in the corner. And that's it for the hot pink, or for the bubble. I'm gonna dip into the Jackie Aina palette and go in with this ginger shade. It's actually called Ginger. And I'm just gonna take that around the perimeter of my crease and just kind of soften up that pink just a smidge, because the color that I want to use in the Pat McGrath palette, it's a pink shimmer, but it also has a little bit of brown undertones. So I'm just going to take this ginger shade and just kind of go around and deepen it into my crease for a little bit of extra drama. And that just kind of brings together the eyeshadow. I keep forgetting this palette has a mirror. And I know this is not a Black-owned product, but it is in collaboration with a Black influencer. So close enough. These are the two pink shades with the shimmer in them from the Pat McGrath palette. And I'm just going to dip my flat shader brush into both of them and get the pink that I want to make on my eyes. Because I don't want it to be super brown and I don't want it to be too sheer. And here's a tip: if you're not used to wearing color on your lids at all, you're a neutral girl, either put the color on the outside like I did, or just pop a little bit on your lid and there goes your pop of color. You don't have to have it all over your eyes. And I know this looks crazy, but trust me, it's going to come together when the rest of my face is done and we clean all this up. It's going to come together, trust. I would not steer you wrong. But look at that pink. That is the perfect shade of the pink shimmer on the eyelids. Yes, Valentine's Day. We love that. A little bit further on your lid, but I'm going to stop like right here where the brown is because I just want it to be the showpiece. I don't need it to go all over, but I wanted a little bit of lightness with that pink, so I'm going to flip the brush over to the clean side. And I'm going to go in with just the light pink right in a corner of my eye so that I'll have that brightness right there. And just that little pop of pink. So once everything is applied, I'm going to take a clean fluffy blending brush and just softly go around these edges to kind of blend in those together without disrupting the shadow. You just want it to look seamless and not like you just plop some color on your lid. And I realize I'm using the brush with a little bit of setting powder. I didn't mean to do that, but it's not going to disrupt anything. And especially right here where I can see I made a mistake. I'm just going to take it and blend it in, and you can do that too. Always with a clean, fluffy blending brush, and go very, very lightly. You see how I'm holding the brush on the tip, holding it very, very slight, not applying too much pressure, but just really just blending those colors together for a seamless finish. Until it's nice and diffused and it just looks like it all coordinates. Let's put my eyebrows on, child. I feel weird. I'm ready to get to my complexion now. So I don't have a black owned color corrector. So I use my regular Bobbi Brown in the shade Medium Peach and just color correct it a little bit. For my foundation, I'm going to use the new Ami Colé foundation stick, but I'm going to use this on the areas where I don't need a lot of coverage. So like right around my perimeter, but in the middle, I'm going to go in with the Fenty foundation stick because it has a little bit more full coverage. And let's pray that these two match. I didn't even bother to test and make sure that they actually match shades. So that's the Fenty. And this is the Ami Colé. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. So this is the new Ami Colé foundation stick, which I have. It's like butter. It's literally like a buttery texture on my skin, and it is a little bit lighter than the Fenty, which is why I'm going around the middle of my face with the Fenty, which is where I normally like more coverage, and the Fenty is a little bit more coverage than the Ami Colé, but they both work. Both black women owned products. It's all good. To blend both of those foundations out, I'm using the Ami Colé the complexion brush. I got this when I ordered the foundation. It was like a freebie. If you ordered the foundation in enough time or during a certain time, you got the free foundation brush. And I like it because it's nice and dense, a nice flat top, and it's just good for stamping in the product. And so we're just gonna do that. And that's what I'm using to blend out the foundation. And I'm just taking whatever it is and just kind of stamping that in. With stick foundations, I don't like to swirl because I want it to stay where I applied it, especially on my cheeks where I like to cover my hyperpigmentation. And look how both of those are just blending right into my skin, honey. We love a good skin-like foundation over here. I have applied my LYS Triple Fix concealer. This is a full coverage concealer. Feels very lightweight though. I have this one. I'm almost done with this and I'm like dipping into the bottom. This is also a Black woman owned company. Very affordable from Sephora. And I'm going to use the LYS Bronzing and Contour Stick in the shade Courage. It's a little bit dark, but it's got a nice of a cool tone. And I don't need a lot of these at all in any way. So I try not to go overboard because you get a lot of the product. And you know what? Let's just do a little bit of contour. And where is my, here it is. I'm going to do a little bit of contour, not all the way down my nose, just kind of like right here. Because I like my Negro nose, so I don't like the contour all the way down. I just like to do a little bit right there to bring the eyeshadow all together. And this dries down quickly, the concealer does. I'm going to spray my face and we're going to get the blending. While I do like to blend out my concealer, especially with a brush, tapping it in first, I always go back over it with a damp beauty sponge just to make sure it's pressed in. I got these little mini ones from Real Techniques. And just to make sure it is pressed in before I blend out my contour, because you don't want any harsh lines and you don't want to pick up any extra concealer. So I like to tap it in with a brush first to make sure it's into my skin, and then I just go in and tap it in to make sure it gives me the most natural finish possible. And I'm going to blend out my contour with a sponge. That doesn't dry down as quickly as the concealer. This concealer is full coverage, so I'm going to blend out my contour with a beauty sponge as well. But I love that concealer. It just gives me the brightness and the coverage. Ooh la la. Good, good, good. For the contour, I'm going to take the butt end, or the pointy end, I should say, of my bigger beauty blender, and I'm just going to tap that in as well. I don't want to move this contour around. I want it to stay where it is. So I'm not swirling. I'm literally just tapping in the color. And it stays right where I placed it. It doesn't move high or low, anything of that nature. That's how you can get a seamless contour finish if you don't use a brush. Everything is all blended in. My contour, I did set my under eye a little bit with the Kosas Cloud Set Powder just for a natural bit of brightness right here. I need a black owned setting powder, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get the Ami Collet setting powder. I've heard good things about that. For my press powder though, I'm going to go in with the Fashion Fair press powder to set the perimeter of my face, and this is in the shade Golden Luxe. Fashion Fair came back in like 2020 maybe, and they came back on the scene and just been killing it. Like, I think they're such a sleeper brand at Sephora, but if you're looking for a black owned quality product brand to shop, Fashion Fair is that high-end girly. It's really, they came back with just luxury, and even the little bit of this pressed powder, how it just brings everything together. I just love, love, love Fashion Fair. I'm going to bronze my face with the Fenty bronzer in the shade, is it Vacay? No, this is Island Ting, in the shade Island Ting. I still like these powder bronzers from Fenty a lot, like I really do. And I'm taking a very little bit and just going right where I placed the contour, under my chin, and just taking that bronzer all around the perimeter of my face. If you want to learn contouring, bronzing, highlight, make sure you book a consultation with me. My books are open for the month of February for a one-on-one lesson. On this side with the little dense brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of that and just boot my nose where I put my nose contour a little bit, and just adding some sun and some color back to my face. Let's move on to blush. Moving on to blush, I'm dipping back into a Fashion Fair product. This is their cream blush and powder duo in the shade Rich Plum. They have another one that I really want. It's like an orange and chocolatey one. I think that'd be good for the summer, but you can either do cream first and powder or powder first and cream. I'm gonna do a little bit of both and just go like this. This blush is insanely pigmented. So I'm going to take a little bit of that off of there because I'm pretty sure I'm going to do some form of a pink or red lip. So I don't want to have crazy blush. Ooh, that's pretty. A crazy blush application with the pink eye and a pink lip and etc. I'm going to keep it cute. I'm going to try. But look at that blush. It's just so perfect. This is giving Patrick Ta blush a run for their money. I'm just saying, if you want to support a black-owned business, get you some blush from Fashion Fair. I'm just saying. Alrighty, I'm lining my eyelid with a little Kajal liner, little pencil liner, and I'm just going to smudge it out with a flat brush like so. And give myself just a teeny tiny bit of a wing. Just a little bit. And I've already applied it on this side, but I'm going to take a little bit more and just smudge that out on my upper lash line as well. Eyeliner is one of those things that I forget how much I love it until I actually wear it. I'm like, girl. And if you mess up your eyeliner, it doesn't matter because you can just smudge it out and it looks like you just have a nice smoky eye. Like, hello. Note to self, let's move on to the lips. Alright, for the lip, I have applied a lip balm and then I just wiped it all the way off. I wanted my lips to be hydrated, not greasy. I'm going to take a few things from my lip product. I'm going to line my lips with the Lip Bars shade in the shade Rich Auntie. You need this shade in your life, I'm just saying. And then I'm going to put the middle with a color from Mented Cosmetics. And this is in the shade, I'm going to say Pretty in Pink. This is actually called Pretty in Pink. I've been calling other stuff Pretty in Pink. Then I'm going to do the middle part with a little bit of gloss from Fenty, and that's in the shade Riri. So we're going to line the lips with the Lip Bar. We're going to use this in lieu of lip liner. And I'm going to line very carefully because this is a liquid lipstick. And once it's on, it is on. And just line my lips. So I'm lining them and I'm going to fill it in just a smidge right there. Okay. Ooh, excuse me for sniffling. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to get a lip brush and kind of straighten that out a bit. Getting a little flat brush right there. And I'm going to take the tip, not this side, just the tip, and go around the lips. To keep it neat, but we're gonna put this color, the Pretty in Pink, in the middle. Oh my gosh, my nose is itching. Excuse me for touching my nose and all that. And then just see how that blends right in. So it's just gonna blend right over that lip color. And now we can that way. And see how it created a nice ombre effect? I know that's right. And now for gloss. If you're not one for lip gloss, you can totally leave the color right here. The good thing about using a liquid lipstick as your lip liner is that it has a lot more longevity. So you can go ahead and reapply the middle portion with your satin lipstick. And this is like a soft matte finish. So this will last. The outside is going to last. That Lip Bar lipstick, when it's on, it's on. But I'm going to do a dab of Fenty. And this is the shade Riri. It's kind of like a mauvey pink. It has a little bit of shimmer. And I'm not even going to, I'm just going to dab it right here. And I put too much off my hand. I'm going to dab it here and here. And that's it. Boom. And that's how it all came together. I like it. I like the pink. It's nice and seamless. That's nice. So this is the final look using all products or almost all products from Black owned businesses for Black History Month, specifically Black women owned businesses, which I absolutely love. I didn't have to buy any of these products new. The newest product is the Omni Collet foundation stick, which I got a couple of weeks ago, but I'm really loving this lip. I love the Pat McGrath eyeshadow with the pink lip. It just kind of pulled it all together, and this is another fun way to wear color where it doesn't have to be so overwhelming. You have a little bit of brown, some shimmer, a little bit of a natural wing liner on with my eyeliner, and I think it all came together really nicely. I like pink. You can wear this out on your Valentine's Day date or your Galentine's Day date, whatever it is you choose. Let me know how y'all like this look in the comments. So thanks so much again, guys, for tuning in today for this makeup tutorial using all makeup products or mostly all makeup products from Black owned businesses. I hope that you have enjoyed this. I hope that you have a great Black History Month, Valentine's Day, which is coming up, all kinds of good things. So let me know in the comments if you like this. If you made it this far in the video, you might as well go ahead and give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, let YouTube know that I'm over here doing my thing. I would greatly appreciate it. As usual, don't forget that you can go ahead and book a beauty consultation with me, a one-on-one consultation, whether you need help with your makeup or your skincare, whatever it is, and I will have that link in the description box. Until the next time, I will see you again later. Bye.